Hi everybody, Leo Babauta here from Zen Habits. So happy to be here with you. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my favorite movements to do throughout the day to help you feel more active, healthier, to start healing the body if you've been sitting too much. So this is actually for those of us who are computer jockeys, desk jockeys who are on our computer sitting for long periods of the day. So there's a few movements that I think are really simple but amazing. The first one is sitting down in just a simple squat on the ground. And so this would be where you are, sitting down on your haunches, basically. So imagine you were, just sitting down. This is, there's a term that I heard years ago called third world squats, basically in developing countries or, countries that aren't as modernized as say Europe and the US, for example. Um, you'll often see people on the streets just sitting down in a squat. It's a resting position for them. They'll drink coffee that way. They'll be playing games that way. They'll be just sitting, shooting the breeze with each other that way. And so sitting down in squats is something that we have actually learned to not do. Our bodies get really inflexible and tight, and so it can become really uncomfortable to sit down on the ground in a squat position. And if you look at little kids, they can sit down in a squat and they're super flexible and they're just like relaxing for them. But as adults, a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us have lost that ability. We grow really rigid and inflexible, and it's uncomfortable to sit down in squats. So what you can do is do a little bit of a practice. Just sit down in a squat for like 10 seconds, and then get up and do whatever you're going to do, and then go back down a few minutes later or 10 minutes later and sit down for 10 seconds. And so just little doses of these sitting down in squats. And sometimes I'll get on my computer or my phone and I'll just read while I'm sitting down in squats, or I'll watch a video or whatever it is that I'm planning to do while sitting in my chair. I'll do that sitting down in a squat. Now, I don't do that for long. For me now, I'll do it for maybe a minute or two. But in the beginning, it was very short. It was like I said, 10, 20 seconds. This is not a marathon. You're not trying to like go super intense. You want to just slowly ease into this. If it helps, you can hold on to something to give you some balance. I'll hold on to a chair or my couch and just use it for balance, and I'll sit down in the squat. And eventually you don't need the balance. And it'll get more and more comfortable, and your body will get more flexible and strong down there in the squat position. This is a really good thing for aging. If you can sit in the squat position in your 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond, like that is going to be, it's going to give you a nice, healthy body. Now you can sit like hunched over if you want. You can also practice spinal flexion. So you can kind of let yourself stretch your spine while you're down there. You can stretch up to the sky while you're in squat and do both sides. There's all kinds of little things you can do to play around there. But a simple movement is it's not even movement. It's just sitting in a body weight squat, sitting down in the bottom position of a squat. I would encourage you to do this multiple times a day, maybe up to 10 times a day. Somewhere between 3 and 10 times a day throughout the day in little doses. This will make you stronger and more flexible, and your body is going to get healthier. It's an antidote to sitting. It is still sitting, but it's sitting in a more natural position for us as humans. And so this is actually a really, really good thing to do. Second one is hanging. I didn't make up these things, but I learned them from others, and I actually believe in them really strongly. So I have a simple door frame pull-up bar that I'll put in a door frame nearby, and then I'll get up from my desk and I'll go and I'll just hang. And again, 5, 10 seconds in the beginning. Eventually you can do 30 seconds, 45 seconds, even a minute. Some people can go much longer, but if we have heavier bodies, let's say your body's gain some weight, then hanging is going to be really uncomfortable to do very, very long. And so, um, for those who are on the heavier side, um, you might even want to do some kind of, some kind of get some kind of chair to help you to get up there and just hang. Even again, 5 seconds. If you can just hang for 5 seconds, that's great. You start to develop grip strength, which is mostly in the forearms, is where your grip strength is. And so slowly you're developing grip strength, which is really good for aging as well. You need to be able to hold things, grip onto stairway railing so you don't fall down and carry grocery bags. So grip strength is a really good thing for us to develop and maintain and even increase as we grow older. But it also really stretches out the shoulder joints, which we don't get a lot of stretch. A lot of times we sit with hunched shoulders. I know I do, and this is a common thing to see. A lot of people who sit a lot have, I'm exaggerating here, but we have slumped shoulders. And this is an antidote to that, is, kind of counterbalance. It's not the only thing we can do. We can also go up to a wall and stretch our shoulders. Put your hands up against the wall and stretch. So that's another thing that I like to do. But hanging is a really simple movement. If you're too heavy to do it, then like find something else to do to stretch and to develop your grip strength. But for people who are of fairly normal weight, you can usually hang for 5 seconds. And do that again multiple times throughout the day, 3, 5 times, maybe even 10. Work your way up. What you'll find is if you do this multiple times during the day, you might start to get sore arms. Your forearms get really sore if you do it too much. So if you do it too much, that's okay. Just give yourself a couple of days of rest after that before you do it again. You don't want to get any kind of overuse injuries. But hanging, so simple. You just sit there and hang. I mean, not sit there. You just get up there and hang. And I just hang there. And again, not long. I do 10, 20 seconds. And then after hanging for a few times, I might actually do some pull-ups or, any other kind of movements from the pull-up bar. Be careful, learn safe movements, but, I'll even do my toes up, get my toes up above my head as a kind of ab movement, or work on like front levers, or do chin ups, or different kinds of things that you can do from a chin up bar. So I'll do those sometimes, but keep it simple. Hanging is really all you need. So that would be the second one. Now, the third one is I like to do kind of splits. So split stretch. So this would be side splits. So I splits is a very generous term for what I'm doing, but basically I use that so you understand what I'm talking about. So I'll spread my legs as far as they can go, and then I'll just kind of lean forward, and I'll do that as I read. So I'll go into split stretch and lean forward and then read. Sometimes I'll go straight and read, or I'll just do that just for 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Just kind of hold the pose. Um, you can kind of also lean to one side and then the other so that one leg gets bent, and the other leg gets bent while the other one is straight. And so it's a very simple stretch. Uh, and then I might also do a forward fold kind of stretch where you're like touching your toes kind of thing. I can't even touch my toes. So that's how inflexible I am. But I like to do that kind of a stretch to, again, counteract some of the sitting too much that I do. So those are the three movements that I think are really important. If you want to go, do more, I would say the next most important one, maybe just as important as all of these, is some kind of walking. So you want to walk around your office, your house, go around the block a few times. You want to get some walking in during the day. One walk, longer during the day is great, but multiple walks shorter during the day is even better, I think, because it breaks your day up from sitting too much. It has you moving, your body starts to like get some blood flowing, your brain gets better blood flow as well. And so it's all healthy, good stuff. Um, If you want to mix other movements in, there's plenty of other movements from like push-ups to downward dog yoga pose. Um, Handstands is another one that you can like get into. I like handstands, but these are more, kind of extra things that you can add into that. Um, for me, if you do squats, you do hanging, and you do some kind of stretch, and you're walking, those things kind of mixed in throughout your day at whatever intervals, whatever amount feels super easy and doable for you. Don't overdo it. You will get healthier and you're going to age better. I'm in my 50s and I'm feeling so good because I've been doing these kinds of things. And I hope to be doing these in my 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. Maybe I'll live to 200 doing these. So who knows? Mark my words. If I live to 200 and you're like, oh, I watched that video back in 2025, can you believe it? I should have done what he said to do. Look at him now. So who knows? But I think these are good. I feel really healthy in my 50s doing these kinds of movements, and I feel like they're counteracting the unhealthy kind of sitting that I might be doing otherwise. That's what I've got for you. I am Leo Babauta from Zen Habits. Like this video if it's been helpful to you. Subscribe, please. I love subscribers, and I love it when people comment. I love it when people share these videos. It makes a huge difference to me, and helping others to find it helps their lives as well. Bring some Zen habits into their lives. Thank you, my friends.